There is a story told about the great sculptor Michelangelo. One day, as he was working hard with his hammer and chisel on a block of marble, a little boy came into his studio. The boy watched as he saw pieces of stone falling to the ground from the marble. A few weeks later, the boy returned to the studio, and to his amazement, where he had seen a block of marble, now stood a powerful lion. The little boy was so excited that he ran to the sculptor and said, "Sir, tell me, how did you know that there was a lion in that block of marble?" The sculptor replied, "I knew there was a lion in the marble because before I saw him in the marble, I saw him in my own heart. The secret is, it was the lion in my heart that recognized the lion in the marble." Today's scripture readings present people who have a very different approach to life. In our first reading, we meet Job, who can only see the fragments of his life, just like the pieces of stone that fell on the studio floor. He is weighed down with the hardships of life and suffering, and with a heavy heart he says that he doesn't think he will see happiness again. St. Paul writes to the Corinthians and says that while the preaching of the good news is an obligation that he has taken on, that he does it willingly and with enthusiasm. The third person we meet is Jesus. And in today's Gospel, we have a complete picture of Jesus' ministry. He's preaching, curing the sick, driving out demons, praying, and then moving on to continue the work in another place. People with all types of illness were brought to him, and he healed them. St. Mark tells us, "When it was evening after sunset, they brought to him all who were ill or possessed by demons. The whole town was gathered at the door. He cured many who were sick with various diseases, and he drove out many demons. Rising very early before dawn, he left and went off to a deserted place, where he prayed. Simon and those who were with him pursued him, and on finding him said, 'Everyone is looking for you.' Today we are the people who are looking for Jesus. There can be a bit of Job in all of us, as suffering is such a real part of life. Like Paul, there are also times when we are upbeat and very positive. The plain block of marble needed a sculptor who was able to see the potential. We need to be like the sculptor in living every day. Illness, the difficulties of life, along with the extreme busyness, which is part and parcel of life today, can sometimes block the presence of God and hide us from seeing our own sense of worth and beauty. Like the sculptor, Jesus reaches out to us. He brings us healing, he brings us life, and he brings us the beauty that is hidden in each of our hearts, showing us the potential in the seeming fragments of life. So whether we feel that we are like Job or like Paul, Jesus the healer helps us to see beyond the block of marble.